Right now at 6 o'clock, a former Hartford police officer is due in court. We'll tell you what he's accused of doing while on duty and the charges he's facing.
A high school football player is dead after collapsing during practice. What the school district is saying this morning.
Also, airstrikes continue across Gaza as Israeli forces fight Hamas. We'll tell you how the United States is now helping Israel in its war effort.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for choosing to be with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus America Areas.
And I'm Tim Lammers. A good morning to you. Let's start with the forecast as we get over to meteorologist Matt Scott. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I've been keeping the place warm for you, waiting for you to come at 6 a.m.
Yes.
And the forecast is up not too bad outside with temperatures that are cool-ish. Nothing to shake a stick at. Mild finished, sunshine taking over. We're going to talk about the marathon this weekend and how our fingers are crossed that the weather's going to be bearable for it. We'll talk about that coming up. We've got a few clouds out there, a drip or two of rain up in the extreme northwestern corner. Temperatures in the low 40s still. Up in the quiet corner of Putnam, up to 52. You got them all over the shoreline, 50 degrees in the capital right now. Bus stop forecast, 48 degrees. Clouds now will dissipate. We'll get a decent amount of sunshine in there as temperatures climb to the upper 60s. We'll make a run at 70 degrees for a few of you. I think you'll see some bank clock thermometers out there with the big 7-0. Talk about a cool down, a rain up, and how it all plays into the weekend. That in a few minutes. Let's see what's shaking up and down on the road. Symphony with a look at traffic. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Not a whole lot to talk about in the 6 o'clock hour, which is good. You know, you don't want to hear about a bunch of holdups as you head. Oh, we're still on camera here. Head out the door this morning. Let's go ahead and take the maps full so we can see what we're dealing with. A couple of areas of construction this morning. Over in East Hartford, the Route 15 northbound exit 90 to Route 2 East on ramp is closed right now, so there's a little bit of a delay in that area. Plan ahead. Taking a live look in the capital city this morning in downtown Hartford, traffic volume increasing as we take a live look at the drive times. Smooth sailing on 91, 84, and Route 2, and down in New Haven. Things looking good down there as well. Bit of a slowdown heading to Bridgeport. Traffic moving at 44 miles per hour. Conditions are improving slowly. We'll get there in about 30 minutes. I'll have another update at 6:30.
This morning, the former Hartford police officer accused of falsifying reports is going to appear in court for the first time.
Yeah, his charges are coming after the department's annual audit showed some discrepancies. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin joins us live in Hartford now with more on those discrepancies. Brooke, good morning.
And good morning to you both. In that 13-page internal affairs report from the Hartford Police Department, it shows that Officer Michael Fallon actually resigned before he could even be disciplined back in March. Now today, almost 8 months later, he is going to appear in court for the very first time on those charges. Fallon is charged with forgery after the department learned that he had been falsifying tickets and over-reporting the stops that he was making. The report shows he admitted to over-reporting 195 traffic stops and 31 tickets, fabricating 33 traffic stops, and entering a false arrest warrant. During this same 4-week time period, Police Chief Jason Thody says Fallon misreported the driver's gender 12 different times and their race 19 times during those various traffic stops. The report shows he also did not properly tag evidence and failed to operate his body camera per HPD procedure. Today he's going to face a judge for arraignment on charges of forgery, perjury, and computer crimes. Racial profiling expert Ken Barone tells us departments try to prevent cases like this one from the very beginning.
It's why it's drilled into them from day one when they're hired and they go through that police academy. Whatever you do not lie.
And Chief Thody tells us that this was an isolated incident that only involved Fallon, so just that one officer. But they say due to the seriousness of this, they're actually moving as a department to try to get him decertified. That means he won't be able to work in law enforcement anywhere in the state of Connecticut. Live in Hartford, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Okay, Brooke, thank you for that update. Of course, we will continue to follow this story. All right, now to a developing story out of Windsor. A high school football player died after collapsing at football practice yesterday. Windsor's mayor said 15-year-old Elijah J. Mariano Rivera was running light drills when he suddenly fell. We don't know why he collapsed, but we do know the coaching staff started CPR right away, and he later died at a hospital. Counselors will be available for students at school today. The school district also released a statement asking for, quote, privacy and respect for the grieving family during this heartbreaking time.
Well, this morning we're getting a closer look at the ordeal that led to shots being fired inside the Bristol Police Department. Now, we do want to warn you, the video may be disturbing to watch. Last Thursday at 11:30 in the evening, police say Suzanne LaPrize of Plainville left a bar. She walked into the Bristol Police Department with a gun. She pressed her head, the weapon against her head, and then hit the glass on the front desk window. The video shows her firing shots inside the lobby. Officers moving in quickly after she puts the gun down.
Okay, she just went to the right.
I have the gun in her hand right now.
Ryan. Okay, go.
You can see the officers rushing in, deploying a taser. They were able to defuse the situation in just about 3 minutes.
3 minutes seems like a lifetime when you're under fire and under attack like that. It took a lot of courage for those officers to recognize that and to de-escalate the situation.
Right now, LaPrize is being held on $1 million bond. She is expected to appear in court next week. Oh, this morning, Israeli warplanes are hitting neighborhoods along the Gaza Strip.
Yeah, Israel continues to respond forcefully to these surprise attacks by Hamas that began over the weekend. Let's show you some video from overnight in Gaza City. At this point, we know 2,100 people on both sides have died. That includes 1,200 people in Israel and 900 in Gaza. Among the people killed in Gaza, 260 children and 230 women, according to Israeli military. Officials say around 150 people in Israel were kidnapped by Hamas and other militant groups. Humanitarian groups are calling on both sides to create corridors so aid and more supplies can be delivered to citizens. And new overnight, Israel's defense ministry said a cargo plane carrying advanced weaponry from the U.S. has landed. It came as President Joe Biden announced U.S. support for Israel, saying that there is, in his words, no justification for terrorism. He also said the U.S. is standing by Israel.
We're surging additional military assistance, including ammunition and interceptors, to replenish Iron Dome. We're going to make sure that Israel does not run out of these critical assets to defend its cities and its citizens.
Now, the president said this move is not about politics, but about world security. Later today, Secretary of State Antony Blinken is set to visit Israel to share a message of support. And as that bloodshed continues overseas, here in Connecticut, a rally that happened outside the state capitol grew tense yesterday.
Yeah, people showing their solidarity for the Palestinian people were met by people standing with Israel. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane is live right outside the Capitol this morning with the details. Lindsay, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Well, the Capitol area is quiet this morning, a different scene from last night as hundreds of demonstrators went outside the Capitol for a rally, some in support of the Palestinian people, but things got tense when people in support of Israel also showed up to that rally. People across our state in support of the Palestinian people gathered with signs and with flags. They say they wanted to come together to make their voices heard. After Hamas's surprise attack on Israel, people rallying together did speak out against the violence towards civilians. Demonstrators saying they do not support terrorism, but are condemning the decades-long conflict between Gaza and Israel.
We are here because we have suffered through 75 years of occupation, genocide, land theft, war crimes at the hands of the Israeli government, and we are not going to stand in silence as we see our Palestinian brothers and sisters continuously murdered every single day.
As the Palestinian supporters rallied, tensions escalated as people in support of Israel made their way to the Capitol. Police quickly diffused the situation, but not before some tense moments. Organizers of the rally called for people to focus on their message of Palestinian liberation. They're now asking lawmakers here at home to give the same support to the Palestinian people they plan to give Israel. As of now, more than 2,000 people in both Gaza and Israel are dead. Now, political experts say the violence will likely continue for the weeks or even months to come. Live in Hartford this morning, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And we are closely following all developments from Israel and Gaza as this war continues. So to make sure you don't miss an update, you can scan the QR code on your screen right now for a link to download the free Fox 61 News app if you don't already have it.